John, would you just get your big boy microphone out and podcaster the F up here? Come on, man.
Well, maybe we should identify as the Lorehounds this week.
Yeah,
because
we should.
We're very late now.
You had some, it sounds like you've got some, I don't know, it's not medical drama. I was going to make a joke about your current, I don't want to out your current situation, but you got your hands full, literally.
I have so much going on right now between home and work and everything. And you were traveling.
I was.
And so we've just had quite the week in trying to get everything moving. So apologies. This is going to be a little bit shorter of an episode, but it's close to the next week anyway. So you could just get our vibe check on the episode and then come back and we'll do a nice big finale episode and you'll be happy.
So this is episode 14, 8 p.m. Email, as always, is ptmc@thelorehounds.com. There are links in the show notes to all of our other affiliate podcasts and all the various Lorehounds resources. Come by the Discord and have a chat. Pick up a new server tag for your nick. Also, links to the Notion-based show guide are in the show notes. Nancy has been doing yeoman's work, and it's updated. So I think this is going to be cool resources for like going forward, you know?
Yes.
Keeping track of doctors and patients. And
enter the mind of Nancy.
She loves doing it. She loves working on it. And we so appreciate all that she does. All right, John, this is like, we're flying in here. We're doing it. That's fine. It's all good. Hot takes for the episode?
Great episode. I mean, of course, another bullshit cliffhanger, but other than that, like
total bullshit cliffhanger, yeah. Right?
It's a cliffhanger, not a game changer, and I don't love that. We all knew that this was happening, right? There was some kind of
they got me
disorder here, and they got you.
We knew the disorder, but I didn't predict the Al-Hashimi and Robbie conversation about it. Like I didn't realize that she was going to bring him in on it.
I don't know, and he dropped her last name too, right? He started using her first name.
Yes,
I was like, oh, he's empathetic again. I mean, I do think that we saw. I mean, look, I don't even know if I want to call this a hot take. Let's just dive right in, basically.
Yeah, let's go.
Duke basically like turned the key and unlocked Robbie's well of emotions and has freed him from his toxic avoidance.
I think we could have predicted that Duke was going to be the unlocker factor here. So
yeah, you know, he has more than one tool in his toolbox.
That's right. His years of experience, years of life experience, and Robbie really trusts him and appreciates him. So
is your motorcycle repairman like a barber, but for like middle-aged white men going through a midlife crisis?
I saw a Reddit post where somebody whose father had a Triumph bike like that, and they were like, yeah, that bike is bullshit. It breaks down every 5 minutes, but it's the friends that you make along the way trying to keep them running. It's the real thing. So she was the person who was posting, I shouldn't assume their gender, was like spot on the fact that this relationship that the writers picked this kind of motorcycle is perfect for this setup between Robbie and Duke.
I mean, that's fine. If you want to make fixing your bike your entire personality, I think you should do whatever you want. This is America. It's the 4th of July, damn it.
That's right. It's been so long since I read Zen and the Art of Motorcycle. I should read an AI summary of it or something like that. Kidding. Don't at me.
Wasn't there, remember before AI, there was some service where they were selling that you could like read summaries of nonfiction books?
We had in my high school days, there were, you could buy Cliff Notes versions.
No, but this was supposed to be like for professionals. You want to be up on the latest books.
Was it Blinkist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time I heard about it, I was like, this sounds like
sketch.
It's like the opposite of what you should do with a book.
Right.
And now we're all doing that. Maybe not all of us, but a lot of people are now doing that, but in a worse way, because now a human's not even reading it and summarizing it.
Right. By the way, how is your mini reader going?
Oh, I got a smaller one.
Even smaller.
I have it right here.
What do you
I have
one
it
word
tiny
at a time?
It now it fits below the camera hump of my phone, so it's flush.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's by the same company. If you haven't heard me on Second Breakfast, I'm all about the tiny Chinese e-readers right now.
They're actually making a splash on Reddit. I've seen multiple people using them now.
It's big now. I started the fad, really.
I say excellent.
Everybody heard about it on our podcast.
Well, I'm glad that we're here to talch about the Pitt and John's reading habits.
Look, we are going to be off the rails tonight, I think. So what were your hot takes? Why don't we get to you? Get me back, David.
It's interesting that we didn't have this, major Pit Fest style event at the end, and we're just kind of in this zany last 2 hours of the shift, and everybody's sort of brains are fried, spirits are fried. They just want to go home. And for the show to just lean into that, and what you were saying a couple of episodes ago, there is no big event for the season. The event is the shift on a holiday weekend, right? That's it. And they're carrying us through on that complete and whole arc of they're just at the end of the shift. They're tired and they're goofy, kind of like we are on this podcast and have been on many, many late night podcasts before, where you're just like, oh man, we just got to get through it.
It was just like a one thing after another day, right? Like just couldn't catch a break day.
Yeah. And it's great. I love it. And I love that this show stands on its ground, which is people are complex. Sometimes you really love them, and sometimes you're, totally WTF about what they're doing or why. In 1 minute, you're mad at them, and then you're back in love with them again. People get burned out on each other. I think Mohan, Dr. Mohan is like, she's sort of at the end of her tether with Robbie. Like, you know, this is it. And but yet at the same time, we see the great side of Dr. Mohan and what she's really capable of. We see these complex relationships, and I just love that the Reddits are hilarious because there's a lot of bad fandom. People are like waiting for things to drop out of the ether. Oh, aliens are going to show up or whatever. And and it's like, no, this show is what it is. These are human beings, and in with a minimal amount of TV drama and a minimal amount of TV psychology.
Yeah.
And that's what that show is. And it's amazing that they're able to pull it off. So,
and we're seasoned with a bit of PSAs every now and then, but yeah.
A few here and
after
there.
school special moments, but that's
exactly.
Okay. That's all right.
And they don't get too finger waggy, right?
Yeah.
They sort of point something out and then we move on.
Right.
Remember the woman at the very beginning who was having a conversation with Perla about somebody, she'd gotten burned by the coffee thing, and she was Russian Jew, and and Perla's a Filipina Muslim, and we're having this great sort of interfaith dialogue. What was that, episode 2 or 3? Never again did we see that, right? But that was such a great moment, and just the whole season is just all of these. Just it is a shift, like it really has been a shift at the hospital.
Yeah, and it's a terrible shift that no one's going to get a tattoo about, right? And that's okay. Well, maybe the guys who were doing the branding tattoos, the ice branding tattoos, might do it, but that's not because it was a bad shift. That's because they're idiots.
Right. You gooning me?
I don't know if you know what that word means. I don't think you know what that word means.
I know what that means.
Okay.
I accidentally.
No, I am not gooning you, for the record.
So I thought it was really interesting, and I do totally agree. I just like this bullshit cliffhanger thing is.
Yeah. It'll all resolve in the finale.
Yeah.
Should we get into, first of all, Baby Jane Doe off?
Yes, we have our final. Well, it doesn't have to be our final submission, but Banamana, our good friend and regular contributor, who we've not heard from this season, but they were a regular with us. They were almost like our chief investigative correspondent, Phenomena, would go off during Pluribus, would go off and do all this really cool investigation.
I recall from listening to your podcast with Nicole.
Yeah.
Of course, Phenomena, as soon as you wrote in, I automatically heard, da, 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 and then it's right back. I'm right back there,
I think that's what Phenomena wants.
Yeah.
Phenomena sent in a Baby Jane Doe submission. So, and it doesn't have to be the last. Like, the contest is still open all the way through the season wrap podcast. So, shall we listen?
Baby Jane Doe.
It sounds like a Muppet saying it.
I think it's good. I think it's a little too Southern.
Okay.
I'm not going to rank this number one, but it was a solid entry.
Yes, I think it was a solid entry. I wish it was slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, why don't we get a second taste here?
Baby Jane Doe.
Just put it on loop for a second.
Baby Jane Doe.
I like it better each run, I have to say.
All right.
It's growing on me. It's a little fast.
Yeah, it's a little fast.
But it's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I did enjoy, again, I really enjoyed Taylor Dearden doing it. We have, I forgot the name of the Dana actor, but she's going around doing it too on like interviews and whatnot, which is, it's pretty funny. Baby Jane Doe, she's doing good.
Catherine Lanasse.
There you
Lanasse.
go. Thank you, Phenomena. A delightful entry to our canon.
And Phenomena says, interestingly, Noah Wiley said Baby Jane Doe is a theme running through the season, an abandoned child in the first hour. I guess that is kind of how all the characters are feeling, a little bit abandoned professionally or emotionally for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Yeah, everybody's in their own little corner, right? Even Javadi, who's going out to social media, is alone in a room doing it.
That's right.
That was the one PSA that bothered me, by the way, was what's her name? McKay going up to Robin and being like, have you seen her TikToks? They're actually pretty cool. I was like, all right, dude, you're laying it on thick here.
Pretty funny.
What the kids do these days is actually pretty cool, you old farts.
Hello, fellow youth. Would you like to lean into Sarah's email that she sent our chief medical correspondent?
Oh, boy. Sarah, of course, volunteered to secretly videotape my reactions to descriptions of medical procedures. So delightful. Thank you, Sarah. She continues, I believe this last week you had a question about the kid with asthma and why intubation was the wrong choice. To understand, you have to have some basic knowledge of how breathing works. Hey, I've been doing it all my life. I think I quite know. Think of your lung like a bunch of grapes. The main stem is your bronchus, the big tube that splits off your trachea. The smaller branches off it are bronchioles that lead to the grapes, your alveoli, which are the air sacs. Inhalation happens when your diaphragm pulls down like a vacuum, causing a vacuum-like effect.
It's been a long day.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it here.
All right. Power through.
In your chest cavity and pulling air into your lungs. Exhalation is passive and caused by the muscles relaxing and alveoli returning to their original shape, much like the elasticity of a balloon.
This is interesting. I hadn't actually ever thought about the fact that it's the opposite, right? When you're breathing in, you're creating a negative space in your chest cavity, and relaxing is what squeezes the air out, not squeezing your muscles. It's like, that's interesting. I never really thought about that.
I guess that explains death rattles right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In asthma, you have inflammation and spasm of the airway causing the bronchi to narrow and can get a decrease in the elasticity of the alveoli. So because inhalation uses active muscles to pull air in, even though the airway is narrow, you can still get air in. Since exhalation is passive and relies on recoil with narrow airways, not all the air can get out, and you end up with partially inflated alveoli when you take your next breath in. Air trapping. This increases with each breath and can eventually lead to one of those alveoli popping, which is what happened to this kid. Ow.
Yeah. Not cool.
So why don't we intubate unless it's our last resort? Because intubation does not treat the asthma. Bronchodilators, wow, what a word, that relax the muscle spasms, and meds that reduce the inflammation do. Number 2, ventilation required after intubation uses positive pressure to force air into the lungs. It does not help with exhalation and could actually make the air trapping worse and increase your risk of having alveoli pop. 3, because of changes in the pressure inside the chest cavity, you can get strain on the heart that can be exacerbated by the sedative drugs given during intubation, causing cardiac arrest. And 4, in truth, we do sometimes intubate if a patient has been struggling to breathe for a prolonged period of time, and their muscles eventually just get too tired to work and they stop breathing altogether. Whew. All of that sounds very scary. To sum it up, we try to give the meds time to work and keep the patient as calm as possible. Intubation is a last resort. We are aware that a lung popping is a possibility and look out for it. Also, this week's episode, got me in the feels. Your chief medical correspondent, Sarah.
Shout out to the nerd herd.
As always, very thorough. Thank you, Sarah. This one didn't bother me as much, even though it sounds very painful, but I don't know. Maybe because there's no needles involved here.
Yeah, no, there's no
like gore here.
Thing, right?
There's just violent popping of your lungs.
So, but that's interesting. Yeah. So that makes sense, because if you're intubating and forcing air in, it's the opposite. And so it can cause further problems. So thank you for that very clear explanation. And I believe Sarah did say in our interview, which you check out in the feeds a couple episodes ago, I think she's working in a respiratory specialty unit now, or she's working in a unit where it's
recovery of some sort.
Yeah.
It was recovery, I think.
Respiratory stuff is a big part of what she does. So
I'm sure, yeah, because when you're recovering, especially if you've been unconscious, you might have been intubated, things like that. So that makes sense a lot.
Have to track a lot of that stuff. Yeah. All right. Well,
it's 8:00, David.
Yes.
It's 9:00 in the real world, but it's 8:00 in the pit. And a lot of things are happening. We have, Dana is saying to Abbott, you got to go save my Robbie. And of course, he does nothing. And we all expect Abbott to come be an action hero, but he's not the hero that Gotham needs right now. That hero is Duke.
It's true.
I think that's the heart of the episode, right? This, sometimes I don't want to be here anymore. And, that's such a dark feeling.
I think the episode turns really on this and the cliffhanger, the bullshit cliffhanger.
Yeah.
So, and the motorcycle, like we were all season long, they've been building up, like Daniel will go out there, we'll see the motorcycle in various shots, and then the ambulance hits it and knocks it over, and it just turns out to be largely cosmetic damage. But it's the catalytic element that, with Duke present, allows Robbie to finally get to admit to this state of in this very dark, depressive state, which everybody's been reading his signals, but he thinks he's covered. He's being sly and covering all that up.
He's like the least subtle person I've ever seen with this. Like, maybe I won't come back. Like, what else is that supposed to mean, man? Like,
right.
Especially like if it were just like I might not come back to this job, that's one thing, but like I might not come back to my apartment is a whole other thing.
Right. Yeah, because if he just said, I'll be back, I want my apartment back, I don't know I'm going to show up and be your boss anymore. That's a pretty different thing than just saying, you'll end up with a sweet pad.
Yeah, that's it's just very dark.
Did it work for you from a character arc standpoint for us to get here in the penultimate?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we saw in season 1 and especially in season 2 that Robbie is addicted to the adrenaline, right? He's the adrenaline junkie. That's why he wants one attending on his floor so that he can really be just like overwhelmed. He wants to be overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
And he makes that clear here, right? With his talk with Duke, this is the only place I can be because this keeps me from thinking about everything. And also we saw a very dark part of his arc last season where, he lost basically a son to him. His son doesn't want to talk to him anymore because of something he's blameless for, but the son is too immature to see that.
Right.
It's just really what does he have left is his question.
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is everyone has something left, but it's sometimes hard. It's sometimes really hard to see it.
I think the moment. all of the characters who thrive in this environment, I think so that's something that they're pointing to, is that the action is the juice, right? It's being there, like Whitaker says, being there for people in the worst moments. And I think several characters have said this, like, I don't necessarily want to go home because then I have to be alone with myself. And I'd rather be here where I don't have to be alone with myself and I can just keep skipping off these emotional waves and these highs. And I think we're seeing with Robbie, the ultimate end of that is when you don't have enough self-care, that you're at this stage where, Joy Kwan is like, peace, I'm out, right? I'm going home to be healthy and protect myself, while all you boomers and Xers are grinding yourself down to a tiny little nub and contemplating the worst.
Yeah. And of course, Robbie's even getting the attention of the psychiatrist, Caleb.
That's great, right?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't jump high enough. Like, Caleb really calls him out there, right? Like, yeah, don't be that way, man.
And I like that he calls him on his professional courtesy too.
Yeah.
Like, I am a doctor as well. And I am your colleague, and I'm assuming that he's as senior as him. And so do me the professional courtesy like you would if, Park the Shark, the orthopedic guy, or Dr. Shamsi came down, right? You give them your respect and the time to interact with them. Just because I work in psychology doesn't mean that you get to blow me off that way. So I really appreciated that Caleb. What's his full name? Anyway, I'll look it up.
Well, there was a joke in How I Met Your Mother, I remember, where there was a psychologist, so not a psychiatrist, but he goes, my mom always favored my surgeon brother. Well, he treats the body, but I treat the mind.
Exactly.
Picture
right?
that with Dr. Caleb here.
Exactly. Where is Caleb in the lineup? I'm not finding him in the show guide here. Scanning.
We'll find him eventually.
Yes.
But so we got that happening. I mean, he's not the first person who calls
Jefferson,
out.
Dr. Jefferson.
Dr. Caleb
He's
Jefferson.
attending. He's an attending psychiatrist.
Okay, so he's the same level as Robbie then.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, Robbie's just not being professional with basically anybody this season rather. Even his fellow attendings like Dr. Al-Hashimi. So one thing I did like that Robbie finally did, and this, correct me if I'm wrong, but this does happen before the conversation with Duke. He does actually give Langdon a bone. He throws Langdon a bone when Langdon is treating the spinal cord injury.
Mm-hmm.
And Langdon's like, we could get surgery here, but this is an emergency. And I've seen them do something before. He's like, Robbie goes, I haven't seen it before. You're a patient. Go ahead.
Right.
And he does it. And he saves the guy's limbs, right? He saves the guy's mobility.
Right.
And he goes, I don't remember exactly what he said, but he gave him a real attaboy, which was, I thought, at least a measure of growth for this season.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting that in this moment that he does that, because he's been nagging him the whole time. And then he drops that line, doctor up. And you could see Langdon in the moment pause and kind of freeze and like, oh, really? Oh, like you've been knocking me down and messing with my sense of self-confidence all shift. And now you want me to step up and do something that's like extremely dangerous?
And in that moment, the light shone from behind Dr. Robbie, and there was glory on the face of Dr. Langdon.
Exactly. And I think that's the flaw of Robbie, is that he's uneven, and it comes out in these moments. He expects the best of you at all times. But then like one stray comment and he sort of destroys you, like an off comment to Javadi or, somebody else. And he just really messes with your head.
Yeah.
And that's not steady, stable mentorship and training and really thinking of the person holistically.
Yeah. Now, I've been crapping all over Robbie for the last few episodes, and I will continue to until he gets his act together. But one positive thing I'll say in his favor is he does not punish staff for speaking up about what he's done wrong. He does not retaliate when McKay goes, dude, you got to chill out, man. Like that wasn't cool. Like he has fostered an environment where I don't think that this day is representative of his normal behavior. And I think he's fostered an environment where feedback is encouraged and accepted. So that's a general positive for Dr. Robbie. But I think we're going to have, he's going to need to do a redemption arc in season 3 alongside our boy Ogilvy.
Are you glad that Ogilvy has gone home for the rest of the shift?
I
think he's done. I think we're done. We're not going to see him.
Yeah, I'm walking on sunshine over here.
Did he snag Whitaker's badge and he's going to like do something nefarious with it? Everybody, the Reddits are just going wild on what's going on. People scrubbing the episode. When did he have it? Where was it? My favorite was that when he bumped into Dr. Shen coming in, it dropped into Shen's Duncan and dunk, and then he like accidentally drank it.
I'm going to go deep cut here.
Okay.
The rat that he never caught.
Yes. Oh, like Pizza Rat in New York, right? It's Badge Rat.
It's Revenge of the Rats.
I love it.
It's got the badge.
That's perfect.
If you go on the subreddit, people can give themselves their own flair. And I saw some people have the flair, the third rat.
That's awesome.
Pretty good.
Oh man.
Deep
the
cuts.
OK Buddy Reddit subreddit is OK Buddy Whitaker subreddit has been hilarious. So
these OK Buddy subreddits get insane.
I'm glad it's contained though. Like like people can just pile in on that, right? Rather than, but it's Reddit, so they do it everywhere. So,
do you remember when people were sending around that picture of the duck next to Whitaker, the duck with the derp face, the like face on?
No, I don't think I was doing for season 1, or I don't remember.
They say it's his facial. Just Google Whitaker duck.
Okay,
it's the first thing that'll come up.
Fair enough.
So they showed this to the actor and videotaped his reaction. He was dying laughing. He was having such a good time.
There's a sad little duck.
Little duck, and they say that's Whitaker.
Pretty good.
Maybe he'll be Duckleberry now.
Duckleberry, even better. Should we talk about Dr. Al-Hashimi?
Yeah, what's going on with her? She was not that involved with this episode. I did see a very funny video where they kept going. I don't remember if I brought this up last week, but they kept doing an impression of her. And it was like, his feet have started to grow back. This is a good sign. Just everything in like monotone calmness.
Great. Right.
So good.
So apparently these are absence seizures, which were formerly known as petit mal seizures. And they're brief, sudden lapses in consciousness, usually 5 to 20 seconds, characterized by the blank stare and lack of response. And they're not often, I mean, like for an adult to have them, I think is an interesting thing. So I think that's why she's had multiple of these. So I think that's why she's bringing in Robbie, is that she's really concerned, and she clearly says to him, or the subtext and the not subtext is, I've worked with you off shift. I know that you actually give a shit and you care, and that you're actually an excellent doctor.
Yeah.
And can see things from a standpoint that somebody not in an emergency department won't necessarily pick up and see. That you have a kind of an insight because of the pressurized environment of the emergency department. You have to think in ways that a normal doctor isn't going to. And I think that's why she's chosen him to confide in him.
This was just actually an under the table consult opportunity.
Yes.
No, but I am thinking, I wonder if the way that they resolve all the tensions this season is they Robbie says this is probably stress induced. This is the most stressful job you've worked since that.
Good point.
Your job in
maybe the VA wasn't as stressful for her.
But we know it wasn't as stressful, right? It wasn't. It wasn't not a trauma center. It was right. It was.
They had an emergency department, but it wasn't.
It was much chiller. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a place like where all the city's fire department ambulances are bringing everybody in.
Right, because the VA is not for that.
Right, exactly.
Right. It's just not the same kind of hospital.
It's not a general population service.
Right, exactly. And so I wonder if he's going to be like, look, this is stress. You got to work in a less stressful environment and this isn't it for you. And she takes his advice and then he's like, well, I have no replacement. Guess I have to stay.
I got a motorbike if you want to use it.
May I recommend for your de-stressing Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance?
So that's an interesting theory. I don't know if I'm ready to put any internet points down on it, but I could see something. But then Robbie's just locked into the cycle, of his suicidal ideation.
Or he learned some lessons from Dr. Al-Hashimi. He gets a second attending and actually takes them seriously so he doesn't have to be as stressed at work. Mm-hmm. He calls Dr. Caleb and we see Robbie just, in a Goodwill Hunting situation. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. And he finally breaks down and he opens up and everyone's happy. I don't think it's going to be so magical ending as that. But I do think that we could see baby steps.
And unicorns start prancing around the emergency department.
Yeah, exactly. Who let this horse in the hospital? No, I do think that we could see, a seasons long arc of Robbie healing because, obviously part of the show is Robbie's internal turmoil and his darkness within that he's battling. And I don't think that's going to go away anytime soon. I don't think we're going to show up to season 3 and he's going to be like, I went to therapy and now I am A-okay, everybody. Let's get to work. Good job, Javadi. Good job, Langdon. Let's move on. But I do think that we'll see a Dr. Robbie who steps into the break room for a minute and breathes. Mm-hmm.
Gets a chance to go to the bathroom and urinate in a reasonable amount of time.
Right.
It is the case that leadership sets the tone of the environment for all of those people. He holds the space for all of those people during their shifts.
Yeah.
And if he's not calm, cool, and collected, then everybody else is reacting to him one way or another.
That's right.
Either getting sucked into his emotion or trying to resist the emotion, but it's still the thing that's present. And what is he generating in that space to create the place where young doctors, like a nebula, like a solar nebula. This is where stars are born, right? These are where doctors face themselves and, like he tells Langdon, doctor the fuck up. Like, this is a moment for you right now.
Yeah.
Step into it.
Whatever he doesn't generate, Dr. Al-Hashimi will generate with AI.
Somebody on the Reddit said, no, it's just her rebooting. Because she's Dr. AI. And they had little AI red dots in her eyes. It was very
great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. No, it's not a seizure. I think I'm biased towards my stress-driven seizure thing because I'm currently reading a book series where a character, after having been poisoned, has a seizure disorder and it keeps coming on as with stress and exhaustion. But I don't know. I have heard in real life that like exhaustion and stress can affect people with epilepsy and other seizure disorders.
Makes sense. It would make sense to me because it has to do with the brain frequency and the way it's cycling.
Not that you have to have them when you're stressed and exhausted, but it makes it more likely to occur.
Yeah, no, that totally makes sense.
And I'm not a doctor or a medical professional, and I'm not going to pretend that I know anything. So if anybody has more insights on seizure disorders and especially absence seizures, please write in.
I think that would be helpful. Well, I don't know that I've got much else to say.
We've kind of dropped all the little patients, haven't we? We've wrapped everything up.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like we don't have that. If you go back and look at the show guide and you look, there's on the patient list. Let me go to the patient list here. There's a second view, patients in each episode. And it has, I got to move 14 up. It has the patients that we see, but 14, actually 14's got a lot, actually. Wait, why is this? Oh, that's episode 4, not episode 14. God.
You go crazy over
I'm
there.
I'm messing up the order here. The frequency of patients is much, much lower volume than what we had before. We have 10 patients in episode 13. Where did 14? Did Nancy do 14? Oh, here's 14. 12. We had 12. Oh man, I'm making a mess of the thing right now trying to do this real time.
That's all right. Look, all I'm going to say is my prediction for the finale. Ogilvy returns as Ogilvy the White instead of Ogilvy the Gray. He comes back down and says, "You shall not pass." Although that was Gandalf the Grey. Okay, now I'm botching my metaphor here.
We're doing good tonight.
Yeah,
we're doing great tonight. We're gonna the patient's gonna not make it out of this exercise.
I'm pretty sure we are
just medically disbarred.
Yeah, medically. What is it called?
Disbarment? No,
no, that's for lawyers.
Yeah, isn't?
What do you call it? You just license revoked?
Yeah,
I don't know. Disboarded? Don't they do boards?
Yeah, boards.
But a disboarded sounds wrong.
Yeah.
We got to get off this podcast, man.
We do. Sorry, everybody. It has been a long week. I was out of town all last week at a conference, and John's been busy with life as well. So
yeah, I was traveling for a little bit too.
Lame excuses. That's all we have for you tonight.
We're going to do better next week. You know what? We're going to go to therapy, just like Dr. Robbie. We're going to come back so refreshed. It's going to be amazing.
And we have one more to go. It's been a long season.
I know.
I don't know. 15 is long, man. 15 is long as a podcast for a podcasting.
Yeah.
gig.
For just watching, I'm like, cool. For podcasting, it's a commitment.
Yeah.
But that's all right because, we're here. We're having fun. And you can have fun too if you go to our Discord and you can join us to discuss the show, discuss all the other shows we're covering and all our friends are covering, such as Radioactive Ramblings covering The Boys that just started and finishing up covering Invincible. I think finishing up. I have no idea where that season is.
I've heard The Boys has started off good. The initial reviews are good, and I think Invincible is supposed to be a good season as well. So go check out Radioactive Rambling.
That's great. You've got Nevermind the Music, of course, doing their weekly music and psychology. I know David's probably looking at their Red Circle right now to see what they're.
They had a great episode the other day on Fleetwood Mac. It was great.
I remember. Yeah.
They have a sidetrack week about Fleetwood Mac. In fact.
Oh, very good. And what else we got? We got Properly Howard just did Clue from 1985. If you're in the mood for some,
it's a very funny podcast. They go, it's almost Steve does a quasi stand-up routine about stand-up routines at the beginning of the podcast. It was peak Properly Howard.
That's great. What else we got on our network? We've got, Star Wars Mall, which you are much, I feel like we flipped here, right? I was really hot on the Star Wars stuff for a while and you were like, okay with it, but not, super good with it. And now you are just like, Mall is my life. And I'm like, I do not feel the pull of the dark side of the Force.
It is cool AF, man. The animation is awesome. I just love the characterization. And it's a pretty straightforward, simple plot, and that's fine. And they're just doing it nicely. So, I'm down for it. It's great.
I'm really happy for you.
We're going to talk about it. I'm talking with Jean and Brian 8063 on
very cool.
Tomorrow night at this very time.
I'm looking forward to hearing it, genuinely. I'm glad that when they volunteered, I was like, cool, you got a quorum. I'm out. I haven't actually watched these episodes. They might be much better. I just haven't had a chance yet. I will watch them. Yeah. I'll watch them and then I'll listen to your podcast on it. What else we got going on? Alicia and you just did something on the drama. Is that right?
No, that was Lisa and
Alicia and Lisa.
Yes, sorry, my brain just.
Yeah, so
I had an absent
got a little
seizure
there.
Yeah, I had an absent seizure myself right now.
Yeah,
or maybe it was just being old.
Excuses.
Alicia and Lisa did the drama.
So you did Hamlet with Alicia.
Yes,
that's why I got confused.
We did.
It's the same thing.
It's not. I'm hoping to do a What You Watching with Aisha about Riz Ahmed's season bait.
Okay.
The reason we did Hamlet is, the reason everybody's been talking about bait is because the Hamlet movie came out, and the Hamlet movie is really good. It's
good.
It is an adaptation. It is not an interpretation. It is an adaptation.
All right.
It's not just the same play with people dressed up. It's like they take the play apart and reassemble it, and it's really cool.
It's a reimagining.
That's
nice.
Very good.
That's great. All right. And what else we got? We got Daredevil Born Again. That's going on.
Yes. I think they're doing some drop-in coverage on that. I saw that the The Terror is coming up. That's going to be a fun thing. I'm going to probably check in on that at some point. And I think we're just kind of like holding on until the big stuff later this year, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's other stuff coming, little things. Like we got another Silmarillion story. I have it in the can. I just got to get it out. And a One Piece we're recording Friday.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
We're finally recording that Friday. So we're going to finish out the season on that.
I think Spider Noir is coming up as well. And I'm sure they'll be covering, Jean and Elisa will be covering some of that. I've been doing my House of the Dragon rewatch, getting ready for the season. Man, season 1 was just hard.
Yeah.
Like it was just a really yucky season. Like it was well acted, well produced, well
that's
written.
the best of the show, though, in my opinion. Yeah, yeah.
It's just a hard show to watch. It is not a pleasant storyline.
Patty Considine is so good, and so is Millie Alcock.
Oh, so good.
And I miss them both. I think the show is less for them being gone.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see. Well, but I mean, we're supposed to get a lot more action forward stuff happening this season. So
yeah, I mean, that was one of my criticisms of last season was they should have just done the next big action piece and not saved it for the next season.
Right.
Anyway,
did you see news about a movie? There's a
they're doing an Aegon the Conqueror movie.
Okay,
like for when the first Targaryens come to Westeros.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay,
yeah,
I just saw.
It makes sense to do it as a movie. It's like it's like one big event, right? It's hey kids, get in. We're going to take over the world.
Well, apparently it's moving forward. So
him and his sister wives today.
Isn't that a Bravo TV show? Anyway.
It was. They all left him. You didn't know that? Yeah. It resolved. They all left the husband, and now he's single, and they're no longer sister wives.
It never ends well on the Bravo.
But don't forget, there's Seeking Sister Wife, which is, I don't think it's Bravo, by the way. I think it's TLC.
Okay.
But it's Seeking Sister Wife, which is people trying to become this kind of throuple.
I would just like to apologize to all of our listeners because this podcast is probably not at all what people.
If anyone's still listening, I don't know what you're doing here. What the hell are you doing here? I don't know. Maybe you should go visit the Pitt because
exactly.
Well, we should thank people though. While we mock people. Mark ourselves and whoever else is, whoever is being loyal and listening to us is who's getting the shit kicked out of them right now. So I'm sorry, everybody.
You want to do the boosters?
Yeah. All right. Our Discord server boosters. Thank you to Aaron K, to the Thriller, Duve71, Athena A, Listu, Nancy M, Ghost of Partition, Radioactive Richard, and Adrian.
And our lore masters, Martian, Michael G, Michelle E, SC, Peter OH, Nancy M, Duve71, Brian 8060, Frederick H, Sarah L, Gareth C, Andra B, Kwang Yu, Nathan T, Sub-Zero, Aaron K, Dally B, Mothership 61, Gnarls, Kathy W, Listu, Jeffrey B, Elisa U, Ben B, Scott F, Stephen N, Julia F, Collie S, Il Mariel, Rocky Zim, Jessica A, Red Zippy, the TCS, Dopamini, LNR, Mrs. Tennant, AC Wilson, Eli W, Cassie K, Chumba Rooney, Catilla, Josh Liu, Paint in PDX, Corey G, Quinch, Jeannie L. We got a new lore master in the house. Whoop, whoop, woohoo. Welcome, Jeannie. And forever last, never least, Adrian. These are our top tier subscribers who really are Anchor, who are our, I don't know. I'm just not even going to try to come up with some clever metaphor or
I think you should.
Language.
I think it's Jenny, by the way. I just want to say that.
Jeannie?
It looks like Jenny. There's one
Jenny.
E and then an N.
All right. I'm back.
That's a Jenny. Let's get the lore masters' names right.
Come on, man. Podcaster the fuck up, David.
Oh, boy. All right. Good night, everybody. We'll clock back in for our next shift.
We'll do better.
Yeah, we will be refreshed for next week.
Bye.
Bye. The Lorehounds podcast is produced and published by The Lorehounds. You can send questions and feedback and voicemails at thelorehounds.com/contact. Get early and ad-free access to all Lorehounds podcasts at patreon.com/thelorehounds. Any opinions stated are ours personally and do not reflect the opinion of or belong to any employers or other entities. Thanks for listening.